nation's political arena. We're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Today, there's an NFC fighting store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're off and running from Landover. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
60 back, 60 back. Go.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. He'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A 3rd down run with Blue. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Dallas 1st down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Going to the ground again on 1st. That one good for a gain of 4. It's 2nd down.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
70. Reload, reload.
Give on 2nd here to Blue. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Dallas 1st down.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Go, Hawk 70, Hawk 2. Ready.
Up the middle, Blue. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tuipulotu in for the tackle.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Blue gets the hand off. And he's going to work it to the 20. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60. Buffalo 8, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Man in motion, out of the slot.
Ready, up.
Looking to throw on 3rd. His first throw is an interception. Jack Campbell with the INT. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Out of the gun, Daniels. And he's not going to escape this. The Cowboys take him down. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, you're making your coordinator a little bit nervous, man. When you take a sack down in this area of the field, you are playing with absolute fire. And you know what else? Kind of light a fuse on that other side and that defense, too.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful.
Here we go. Set. Check smash. Cougar knife. Ready.
This one left for Daniels. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Commanders get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Pass to 60. Pass to 60. Ready.
They'll start the drive with blue. And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys make it a one-point game. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
Ready.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Check. Go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Design run. Daniels will keep it. Only able to get back to the line on that 1st down play, so no gain.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
38-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Firing quickly out of line. Daniels. It's a race down the right side. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end, and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's 2nd and goal.
On the ready. Cowboy 80. Hawk, ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Let's go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Faster.
Working quickly here.
5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Bronco 80.
One quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points.
Cougar 19. Panther 60. Panther 60. Maverick, 60 Maverick, Dragon 60. Ready?
Daniels, 3rd and goal. And he's going to have the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a second quarter lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yes, that's just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
14, Cowboys 7.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Blue. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Offensive line fast.
2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
19 Lions.
Now it's Blue. He couldn't quite break it. Still a 5-yard gain, though. 3rd down. They do us with a hurry-up offense here.
19 tight. 19.
Throw here, 3rd down. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
Ready, set.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cowboy 80.
Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. And he can't make the hook up on the deep ball. That's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
To throw again on 2nd down, Daniels. He put everything he had into this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And they're going to have it all the way down to the 25. Offense in a hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Warrior 70. Ready.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Cougar 19. 70 Lions. 60 Vikings. 60 Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready, ready.
To the air again, Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4.
70 Lions. 60 by Mustang 19.
Again, Daniels to the air. On the move, headed right. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
7 Pirates, 7 Panther 60, Panther 60.
To throw again, it's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Dose of the hurry up here.
18 Rattler. Dragon 60. Ready.
Daniels is going to throw again. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Butker on now to kick this one away. No return here. This kick's going to wind up as a touchback.
Boys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Panther 6, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 70 Rangers, Trap 50, Trap 6, Trap 19, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
60 Maverick. Warriors 7, Buffalo 8, Cougar 9, Mustang 19.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Force that to his right. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Looking quickly here.
60 Eagles, Cougar 19.
Blue here from the pistol. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Jackie Lions. 18, Pioneers.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now on 1st down. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone.
A gain of 22 more yards. That's another Cowboys 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Bronco 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. 7.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Go! Panther 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
They send a man in motion.
19 Lions. Big Lion. Cup 19. Cup 19. Let's go.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys make it a one-score game before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys cut the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series.
At their own 36-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready? Go! Panther 60! Panther 60!
Right up the gut. And he has it right near midfield here. It's up about a yard short. Offense up to the line fast.
Washington, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
1st down, and they go right back to it. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
To the 49-yard
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go. Shot. 70 Lions.
They give it to him again. Fights his way through a tackle. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Sometimes I just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
On him quick, and they bring him down. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, even the toughest in the league to catch can still be caught at times. It just takes a defense that's determined and relentless. And the real big key, when you get that split second, you got to take advantage of that opportunity. Defense just did.
3rd and long for him here. Taking a shot deep here. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready?
19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready? 18. Stop. Panther 80.
They go play action on 1st down. All the time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 7 Pirates.
Running back sent in motion.
Hey, check that. Mustang 19.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play. And you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
18, top 19, 79 Broncos. Check smash, check smash.
Back to throw it. He's trying to go deep again. His final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
70 Timberwolves. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Viking 18. Cowboy 80. Go.
That's complete right side. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second down and 10. Daniels dumps it off to his running back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Here he goes, third and long. He's going deep this time. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Dumped off to his running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Backed up to the 8 here. It's second and goal.
Get it. Cougar 19. Panther 11. Panther 11. Check. Hurt. Hurt. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Out of the gun. Daniels escapes the pocket. To the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force third and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup. Yeah. Unless you're already committed to going for it on fourth, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
And he's got a free play here. Makes the catch. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. But Kerr to try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders Commanders double their lead to 14.
Commanders 48, Cowboys 14.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. First down, play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Now Blue. Stopped after a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and
60. Go street. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Throw here, 3rd down. Checking this one down. It's Blue. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
And the Cowboys
19
first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Riggs. Warriors 70. 7 Pirates.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Going deep here for the end zone. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Cowboys start the second half with some needed points.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Cowboys 21.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fields this one at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
At their own 28-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready. Viking 18. Ready.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
It's a gain of 16.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
First down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
44-yard line.
Out of his shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Daniels now against a blitz. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that brings up 3rd down. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
That one connects. And he's going to be hauled down to the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
From the red zone on 1st. Cowboys closing in, and they get to him. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
Now 2nd and
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's the Commanders who hold the lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry this through the end. Setting up, second and goal.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. Ready.
Now Daniels to throw. And he's got it. Snapped away upward for touchdown. The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route, just like a receiver would. And it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, first and 10.
Track, hot, 7, 19 tight. Check.
They'll throw to start the drive. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up second down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80. 18. 5. Hurt.
I'll throw it. Look at that power, deep left side. This is brought in at the 50. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will set up first and goal. Working quickly here.
19-18. Panther 11. Mustang 19. They crash. Ready.
From the red zone now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Panthers, 60 Maverick. Cup 19.
Throwing now off the play action. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. All right, so defensively, you've seen 2 throws now, and you turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on third and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
60 Bobcats, 79 Broncos. Riggs.
Putting the tight end in motion. They'll pass on third and goal. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that forces them to fourth and goal. So a bit stubborn there, Brock. They just kept throwing for it after pass fell incomplete. Now they've got fourth and goal.
Yeah, and you and I both know what's going to happen when these old linemen run off the sidelines, the big fellas. They're not going to be too happy about not putting one run on the board.
No, sir.
Cougar 19. 18, 5 here.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And Into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys now within one score in the fourth. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So a big play for the Cowboys here as they line up for two.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 8 Cowboy 80. Well, check. Go.
And he won't be able to reach the end zone, so their first 2-point try of the afternoon comes up empty. A lot's got to go right to tie this up now. Need a touchdown and a 2-point try, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, got to recover this kick. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Well, the good news is still a decent bit of time left. Maybe a little quick on the draw to dial up that onside kick.
Yeah, you know what happens, Kate, in these moments, right? We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And you see my brain just going to overdrive, trying to peel back the layers as to why you would make that decision. And ultimately, I think it's because you don't trust your defense against this offense. That's a big risk to take. And now, unfortunately, you've set this offense up for success.
One drawn up here for Daniels. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Ready.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Let's go. Street. Hawk 70. Ready.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Pat the 60. Ready.
Daniels taking a chance to the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Irving hauls it in. He's got the first down grab and still going. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders lead by 15 now. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive.
Ready.
The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Get it. Check. Hurt. 8, 19 Lions. Hurt.
Airing it out to start this drive. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
Cougar 19. Dragon 6, trap 50. Rig alert. 79 Broncos. Seven Pirates. Seven Pirates.
First and 10, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And their next snap is coming from that red zone as he reaches the 14. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Offensive line fast.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go, Reed. Go. Buffalo 18. 18. Pioneer. Go, Street. Let's go.
Working inside the red zone. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
And these guys are sideline mavens. They always seem to know exactly where that boundary is without looking. He's not quite at that level yet. Lost track of where he was, and he brought it in out of bounds.
Motioning the tight end now.
Ready.
They are throwing it again. And into the end zone he goes for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
A lot's got to go right to tie this up now. Need a touchdown and a 2-point try, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, got to recover this kick. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Here we go. Set. Viking 18. Bronco 80. Warrior 70. Ready, ready.
Daniels on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders lead by 15 now.
Commanders 49, Cowboys 34. Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Okay, break.
Line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here. First and 10.
Ready, ready. With line. Hook, shot 50. Top 19. Hurt.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He beams one deep right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Buys time, rolling right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Commanders take over as he records his 10th career INT.
That's just a situation where you got to exercise some discretion there if you're the quarterback. What a great effort to extend the play and try to find something opening up down the field. You got to throw that one away instead of forcing it and live to play another day.
Bravo, lady. Nineteen tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Daniels now on first down. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders making a 3-score game in the fourth.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With the route check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders grow the lead now to 22 points. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Cougar 19, Cowboy 80. Panther 60, Panther 60.
They're going play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. He's got it inside the 10. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
Now.
Goes to the hurry-up offense here.
1st and goal, Dallas.
Nineteen Tiger. 60 Maverick. Say, hey. On the ready.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Cougar 19. Check, man. 60, 18, Pioneer. Street. Mustang 19. Panther 11. Ready.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
Ready.
And he's got a man. Complete. And he's going to cross for the score. They trim that deficit down to 14.
That's about trust. Trusting your QB is going to make the right decision on these crucial scoring plays. He found his read, and he made the connection for 2.
Well, this one not quite over just yet. They've got 3 timeouts at their disposal, but really need to make the unexpected recovery here. And the Commanders are able to cover the kick. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Hawk 70. Seventy Ranger. Check out.
They're going to pass it here. Chased out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Hits his running back. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Pack the 6. Let's go. Ready.
From the red zone on first. Finds his back complete. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Here we go. Set. 70 Lions.
To throw again, it's Daniels. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Let's go. 80. Bronco 80. Panther 11. Panther 11. Say, hurt. Hey, smash. Check smash. Check smash.
They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Ready, ready.
Well, that delay game certainly doesn't help things. It's 3rd and even longer now.
Come on, come on. Set. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Daniels is going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Butker knocks it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
We got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to kick this lead out of range.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10.
Ready? 19, 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Check, Bobcat, 79 Broncos.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Trying to push deep downfield. That one connects. And in he goes for the Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys get it back to within 2 possessions.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Now the Cowboys electing to try another 2-point conversion.
Here we go, here we go. 60, Viking, 18.
All right, they're going to throw for it. Has it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone. That's going to cut 2 more off that lead. Wow, what a determined effort there, Brock. We all thought he was going down short of the line, but he fights through the tackle, and the try is successful.
I like that word, determination. It was determination with a capital D. When you get the ball in front of that goal line on these 2 points, you could just feel that entire defense converge. But his effort, his want to, and that determination got them the 2 points.
First down from the 42.
70. Ready?
Plowing up the middle. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Get it? No. Panther 60. Panther 60. Panther Street. Panther Street. Ready?
A second down run by Pacheco. He still has room inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. He saw that running lane pretty early. You could tell. A quick burst got him to it, through it, and then into a foot race down the field.
And there's the challenge defensively. With a group that has this much speed and athleticism, you're late for just a second. You lose your eyes for just a second, Kate, and he is gone once you touch the second level.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 16-point lead.
Butker set to kick off.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, hurt, trap 60, trap 60.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Maybe a bit of desperation, here's a deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with though here. We've got second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Cowboy, Bronco 80. Go on check, go check. Cup 19, Cup 19.
Throwing now, off the play action. Trying to push deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Well, this will actively age a coach on the sidelines. Wrinkles and gray hair, all of it. All the planning, a great play. And careful execution led to that, and it was dropped to the turf.
70 Timberwolves.
They've got a man in motion. Now to throw. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
79 Broncos. Ready?
Desperation time here. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Ready? Bronco 80.
A first down carry for Pacheco. Trying to fight free, he can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. So score this as a win for the Commanders. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.